Why does Davy Jr. involve himself in couple's problem as the mediator, and yet the family are victims of domestic violence? It is alleged that the mom is being abused by the dad. Let me ask very simple questions. Who elected him? Who appointed him judge over people's marriage? Who gave him the authority to walk into homes, sit couples down, interrupt husbands, and question wives, and turn private pain into public content? Because this is no longer just YouTube. This is influence. This is controlled narrative. This is mediation without credential. And when I watched that video at Ezekiel's home, something felt familiar.
Ego kabisa. She's asking me, am I okay? Nimekuja kukusalimia go. I just saw her. I just came to say hello to her, and she says I did a good thing. She's saying most of the time I don't come here. It's been a while since I came here. It's because I'm busy. Guys, everything, lots of progress. But your wife came and approached me. She told me things aren't okay on her side.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Maybe it's the one who will say it.
No, you just speak out. Okay. Since you've said that she's the one to speak out, shida iko wapi? Because mimi nilikuwa kwa kazi zangu.
Yeah.
First, I see her phone has been broken down, totally in pieces. And she was crying. She was coming to where I was working, crying. Even I wasn't supposed to come here today. But she was crying. Her phone, it's broken, and it's a big shame. Nani alivunja simu yako? I'm asking the wife, who broke your phone? Huh? Why did you break your phone first? No, my question is, why did you break her phone?
He was using that phone to be abusing me.
Abusing you?
Yeah.
So you decided to break it down?
That's not a good thing, surely.
No, so you decided to break it down?
Is that okay, to abusing me through phone?
Even if she abused you, then breaking is not the solution. Oh, she abused you?
Yeah.
Watch this video. Look at a husband, a wife, children in the background, a grandmother appearing at the right moment with a kid, a confrontation, a broken phone, a raised volume, a moral positioning, and camera rolling. Different village, same structure, different names, same emotional formula. So today, I'm asking a serious question. Is this help, or is this formatted drama? Because is this mediation, or is this monetized conflict?
Why lie to your wife?
Uongo, Davy. Wewe wacha maneno yako wewe.
Pole pole.
Wacha maneno yako
wewe. Slowly.
Wacha maneno yako wewe.
No, pole pole Ezekiel.
Wewe mdomo yako hiyo.
Pole.
Because when a content creator becomes the center of a marriage dispute, neutrality disappears, and when neutrality disappears, power enters the room. Let us talk about it, because Davy Jr. himself is now coming out on camera claiming that he's one of the person, the frontliner that solves domestic violence. Let us watch this clip, the way he's bragging. Then let us dive deep into the full analysis for today. Watch it.
I've been always on the front line, to rescue people from domestic violence. But what always comes out, these men, they always fall a victim like I'm trying to snatch their wife. But in reality, they know even they are not my type. And I'm not trying to shame people or something, I've been always on the front line. For real, it's evident on my videos. I don't advocate for domestic violence. It's against the law, And a real man shouldn't fight his wife,
Beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video of the day. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about, is Davy Jr. turning village marriages into content? The truth about YouTube mediation culture. So for those who are coming across this amazing YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxwell Lumumba Africa, Maxwell Lumumba is my name, a village content creator born and raised in a village setup with no jobs. But at the end of the day, I do content creation to earn a living, and that being that, for those who have not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to other individuals. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that any day, anytime I post any video, you people get updated. Watch my videos till the end without skipping those ads. And for those who like to join the membership, join the membership. For those who like to support the channel, let us support the channel through watching, and I really appreciate. So ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you one serious question today. Who authorized Lady J to become the official village mediator between husband and wives? Who gave him that mandate? Who appointed him judge, jury, and emotional prosecutor in people's marriages? Because something is not adding up. Every time you watch his content, it feels like the same script. A husband, a wife, children, a grandmother appearing at the right time, a tense situation, a broken phone, an emotional confrontation, and Davy Jr. in the middle, interrupting, accusing, directing the narrative. Is this journalism? Is this mediation? Or is it content engineering? Today, we are going to look at it deeply. Let us analyze the structure. Every episode, there is a troubled wife. There is a defensive husband. There are children presented. There is often an elder, a grandmother figure. This is public confrontation. There is emotional tension, and there is moral angle, and there are donations. Different faces, same story, different village, same emotional structure. This is not random. This is formatted storytelling, and when storytelling starts looking like a template, we must ask, is this organic reality or curated drama? Because real village disputes are messy. They don't follow YouTube pacing. They don't conveniently bring elders right where the camera is rolling. They don't always one clean villain and one clear victim. Yet, in these videos, the framing often feel guided. You can't be telling me that all these narrative, the husband is the problem. And when the husband wants to speak anything, Davy Jr. interrupts the conversation. Davy Jr. goes ahead and abuses this husband and positioning himself to be the center of this conflict as the mediator. Look at the video that I've posted about Ezekiel. Even before this, there was a teacher who even Davy Jr. abused him. Stupid. How can you go in somebody's compound, somebody's home, then you have the gut of abusing that individual as stupid? That is not what is happening in our village, and that is positioned drama. Let us talk about Ezekiel in this situation. Wife claims phone was broken. Husband claims he broke the phone because he was being abused through it. Davy interrupts the husband. Davy questions his aggressiveness, and Davy implies physical violence. Davy controls the tone. Then let us pause here. When did YouTube become a courtroom? Marriage disputes are deeply personal. They require neutrality. They require privacy. They require trained mediation. Because let us look at what is happening. It is very much scripted, but what we see in public arbitration is actually for views. If the husband is wrong, that must be handled responsibly. If the wife is wrong, that must also be handled responsibly. But when a content creator interrupts and frames the narrative, neutrality disappears. And when neutrality disappears, influence becomes power. And what we see from that video, influence has become power. When you watch that clip very well, first, when the video was starting, the grandma was sleeping outside that environment with a kid. This is positioned drama. Then, when you look keenly, now let us examine something subtle. Grandmother arrives again, sits down, children presented, camera rolling. Why is this pattern so consistent? Because elders increase emotional gravity. Children increase sympathy. A grandmother adds traditional weight. It strengthens the emotional arc. That is cinematic structure. Real life does not conveniently assemble characters like that. So again, coincidence or narrative designed. Because look at the way the grandmother positioned herself. We can see the wife to Ezekiel on one side, Ezekiel on the other side. Then the grandmother seated on the pavement of the building. That is not by mistake. And she comes with a kid. As always, children drives donors emotionally. Let me talk about mediation without authority. How this works. For those who have visited a real village situation, things do not turn out politely the way you see Davy Jr. handling these situations politely. Here things are messy. If it is a fight, a very good fight, that is what we call domestic violence. Let me ask again. Who authorized Davy Jr. to be handling couples' problems? I don't know who is this calling me. Sema raka niko kwa video. Niweke kwa account ya M-Pesa. Hiyo pesa yote sawa. Eka kwa M-Pesa alafu nitaweka tu kwa hizo account zote mbili. Ama eka kujiwekee. Ushajua hizo details zote. Fanya hivi. Jiwekee alafu urushe sawa. Umaze na 42 mwisho. Utamaliza na 42. Hiyo account inatumika hapo dukani utamaliza na 42. Sorry for that. So I was asking that. Who authorized Davy Jr.? If he a licensed counselor, is he a family court mediator? Is he religious elder? Is he a community chief? Or is he a content creator? There is a difference between helping quietly and staging publicly. So when you place a camera between a couple in a crisis, you are not just helping, you are influencing behavior. People act differently when filmed. Some exaggerate, some perform victimhood, some over-defend, some remain silent out of fear of embarrassment. These changes the truth dynamics. For those who think, or for those who have heard what I say, there is nowhere in the villages you will be solving these conflicts with your camera on. That is not happening. And none of these couples have come out and complained, why are you filming me? So let us talk about views, donation, and incentives. Yeah, let us address the uncomfortable truth. Conflict content pays very well. Emotional thumbnails pay. Domestic tension drives engagement. Yeah, outrage increases comments. Comments boost algorithm reach. Donation often increases when there is a visible suffering. There are children on the picture. There is perceived injustice. So the insensitive structure exists, and when the we call them the incentives, yeah, align with conflict storytelling, we must question motives. Is this intervention or monetized mediation? Because one detail stood out: interrupting the husband. When someone is being questioned and constantly interrupted, narrative control shifts. Viewers subconsciously absorb this person must be guilty. Tone shapes perception more than the facts. And when a hostile belittles one party, he becomes part of the dispute. He is no longer the observer. He is the participant. Let me talk about the alleged family background, because in this portion I have to speak very carefully. There are online claims that Lady J own family has internal issues. Some people allegedly that his mother has experienced hardship in her marriage. I will not confirm that. I will not accuse anyone because allegations are not facts. But here is the principle. If someone grows up around conflict, sometimes they unconsciously recreate similar environments. Psychology shows that repeated exposure to dysfunction can normalize confrontation. Again, this is analysis, not accusation. Let me talk about should actually content creators stay out of couples problem. My opinion, marriages is sacred. Marriages is complex. Marriages are layered. We have seen Lady J a number of times taking people's wives, and one of the content creator related this to be something that is like a bloodline, that it started from the father, it has gone down, and even children are inheriting these. That inheritance, one of them is visibly through Lady J himself. We took actually Matiko's wife. He took these other guys called Morimi's wife. Where are they up to now? The husbands have been denied access to their wives. So when you tell me that this is solving the marriage's conflict, that is falseness. Because if you could be solving, if you could be mediating, these people could be with their wives happily and actually could be changing. But you don't take somebody's wife, go rent for them a piece of go rent for them houses, then you're the person who is going to check out, and nobody else knows where these people are living. you provide everything. This is unacceptable. This is not something that is supposed to do. So, YouTube cameras cannot fix generational trauma. Real mediation requires confidentiality, legal understanding, emotional intelligence, neutrality, and training. If you want to help offline. But once you upload it, it becomes permanent. Children grow up, they see those videos, and they see their parents exposed. And that is digital footprint never disappears. The bigger the problem, minus poverty plus camera. Many villages lack access to counseling, access to legal help, financial independence. So when a YouTuber arrives with camera, potential donations, audience sympathy, power imbalance appears. People may agree to be filmed because they need help, they need exposure, they need money. That consent may not be fully free. They was telling us the likes of Halima and this other lady. The reason why they had to get out of their husband is because they were promised a good amount of money. So it is do or die. You either choose to do it, then you get money channeled directly into you, or you don't get those favors. And that is what is happening. So the likes of Ezekiel, they have to dramatize because they know at the end of the day, donations will be flowing to their pocket steadily. And as always, we villagers, we the people from the village, anytime we hear about money, we are there because we need money. And we can do anything, even if it means doing filming a video or even acting dramas. We can do that as long as at the end of the day we get that money. So let me say this: helping is good, exposing is powerful, but power must come with responsibility. If Davy Jr. truly wants to help, let him build mediation structure, let him bring professionals, let him avoid narrative framing, let him avoid interrupting people when they're talking, let him protect children's identities, because marriages are not episodes, families are not thumbnails, and village pain is not a series format. Let me say this: views fed, algorithm change, but the dignity of a family, once exposed, cannot be restored. Goodbye.